Well, hello. It's your Professor Boyd. No, but it's dark in here with the lights off. Hey, look at that. It's like, wow, it's really impressively dark. Hey, how you doing? It's we're now in the third week. This week we're doing the political science stuff, and I wanted to give you a couple of an update about how things are going so far. I'm just about finished with the second written assignment, and I wanted to let you know as a group what I'm finding and things I hope that you can address as we have these next two papers that have come up, okay? Notes on the papers. First off, I'm finding a lot of what I would call avoidable errors, things like capitalization, misspellings, and things that should easily be capitalized, like Canada or other countries not being capitalized, English not being capitalized, French not being capitalized. That should not be happening, okay? So I hope when you're doing these, you have something that does like a spell check or a grammar check or something along that line. Those red squiggly lines usually mean you should pay attention to that. So if you don't have that, I would somehow put that on your computer, because you're going to really need it, not only for this class, but for any class you have. They're going to want properly spelled words. They're going to want proper grammar. They're going to want proper capitalization. Okay, that's one thing I've noticed. Another thing I really want to emphasize as well. It seems like there has been some confusion. I've addressed it a couple of times in emails, but each written assignment is expected to be 3 written pages. I've written the assignments or the questions in a way that allows you a lot of latitude in what you can say. I mean, if I'm writing about a person I want to have supper with, there is a lot of material both in the notes, in the videos, and also you can do some research on your own in addition to what we already present when you're discussing who you would like to sit down with and things of that nature. So in each of these questions, I think there's more than sufficient material to have those 3 full pages. Okay, just be mindful of that, and also be mindful of the fact if someone submits something that's 2 pages and then has like a small little bit on the 3rd page, I don't count that as 3 pages. That's 2 pages plus, and then if you're short a full page, some people have submitted things with just 2 pages. I'm taking at least 10 points off just for that alone. No matter what you have written in the first 2 pages, you're already starting at 90 because you're not following through with a full assignment. Okay? Things of that nature. Overall, the quality has been pretty good in the papers that I've graded, so I'm pleased with that. The content has been okay, and and sometimes it's been some students are really knocking the ball out of the park with these assignments, so I'm fine with that too. That's great. Some people are still struggling, and hopefully as the semester progresses, and that's one of the problems with a short semester, you don't have a lot of time to get up to speed. Hopefully as we get close to the 3rd and 4th and 5th written assignments, you get your bearings a little bit better, okay? And also, if you eliminate a lot of the errors, that should help. Well, another thing I do notice, and this is something I've noticed when I've done written assignments for this, or if I do research papers in my regular classes, what I've noticed is a tendency to use the same word in the same sentence more than once. So I probably shouldn't even say same word in the same sentence. I should say same word in the identical sentence, or identical word in the same sentence, things of that nature. In an academic world, you just want to have you have to show you have a little bit of more flexibility with that, unless you're trying to make an emphasis point. But for the most part, words can be used. There's synonyms that can be used to substitute for some of those other words. Okay, and sometimes if you even have to look it up, that's not a bad thing. I don't want you to sit there and have to, go through go through a thesaurus every time you write a paper, but it's handy to have one handy. It just is. It's nice to have one hand nearby. Okay, handy to have one handy. See, there it is right there. Did it again. It is nice to have one handy. There we go. Discussion forums. The discussion forums have been generally pretty good. I've had classes in the past where people have struggled with it. One thing I want to make clear is when I say discussion forums, I want you to have 2 discussion forums each week. Okay? And on these discussion forums, you have to make full submissions. I'll ask one question and you can answer that discussion forum. Or second question, you can answer that. Or you can come up with a discussion forum that is related to the topic on your own. Okay? But at least 2 of those. Now, when you respond to somebody's submission, I do not count that as your submission for the week. I count that as actually, this is where the discussion part comes in it. And that's where I give you extra credits for responding to other people's submissions in a significant or substantial manner. Okay? So that's where that comes from. So if there's any confusion about that, I hope this clears that particular issue up. Okay? So, yeah, discussion forums, they seem to be going pretty well. The one thing I want to mention too, we're now getting close to midway part through the 3rd week, so that's in this 5-week class. We're halfway through and almost more than that because the final week ends on a Friday. So I want to, first off, remind people that 5th week of this class, it's a Sunday through Friday deadline. It's not a Sunday through Sunday sort of thing. It's a Sunday through Friday thing. So, or Monday through Friday. So maybe what I'll do is I'll back it up, maybe open it up a little bit earlier. Maybe I'll open it up on Saturday of that week, of that 5th week. So it gives you more time to look at that final subject, which I believe is a Canadian culture. Oh yeah, that's right. God, it goes by so fast. So just want you to be aware of that, okay? Again, 2 weeks from Friday, Friday, will be the end of our semester. And so it goes by very, very, very quickly. And so it's probably not the, and I'm being generous when I say it's not the best way to learn, the best educational, tool that we have in our arsenal. But it serves a purpose, and hopefully you are getting something out of this class, and hopefully some of this sticks with you beyond January, whatever day that is. Was that the 20-something or other? What is that? 25th? Whatever it is. Hopefully you're getting something from that, okay? 25th? Wow. No. Well, maybe it is. Oh, well. Anyways, regardless, yeah, because then we start the following semester right after that weekend. It's just a blur, isn't it? So anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, email me. The holidays, I'm sure for you, as almost everybody, they're kind of hectic. Things are starting to slow down again, and I'm able to address things in a more timely fashion and things of that nature. So if you have questions, feel free to contact me, and if you have concerns, things of that nature, again, feel free to contact me. Email is probably the best way. I have been spending some time in my office, but for the most part, I'm either in the office or grading it at some nearby local establishment. Okay, so again, I thank you for your time, and as always, I will see you on the other side.